for the Zara cap. Measure 25. Measure 25 at the stretching part for the head circumference. For the length, you're going to measure, it depends on you, but I make use of 16. 16 for the length. That's for the Zara part, Zara cap part. This is the marker we're going to be using for the Zara cap. And the measurement is 19 by 2.7. 19 by 2.7. So you can make use of 18 inches length, while the width will be 2.5. It depends on you. But I'm making use of 19 by 2.7 inches for the marker. I'll mark the center of the marker. This center of the marker. And you mark the center of the turban fabric you've cut as well. I've already identified the center already. Near the center for the fabric. Now place the marker, here's the marker, on the wrong side of the fabric. Here's the wrong side of the fabric. As you can see, you now place the marker. Ensure that the center parts are placed in alignment. Can you see it? This is the center for the marker, and this is the center for the fabric. Then you place it this way. Ensure you leave enough room for it to cover, for the fabric to cover the marker. Then you take it to your machine to sew it straight. You take it to your machine. You sew it from up to down. But for your beginner, ensure you use your pin to hold it down. For it to be firm, use your pin to hold it down here. This is what I mean. Ensure you hold it firm at the point where you're going to stitch it. You're not going to stitch the top of the fabric and the marker, but you're going to ensure that it's firm to the fabric. So that's how you're going to pin it down from up till down. You see that? You pin it from up to down. Then you take it to your machine and sew it from up to down. That's for the Zara part. This is the outcome of it after stitching it. This is the front part. This is the location I just stitch, and this is the back part of it. Stitching it, you can now drag the fabric to the center. Ensure the sewing part comes to the center. Do it this way. You are pushing it gradually till it comes to the center. The sewing part comes to the center of the marker. You can see this side already. There the sewing part at the center. So you're going to do it on the other remaining part. So you have achieved that. The sewing part is at the center. Now you're going to fold it this way. Fold it this way. You can see. So you're going to take your measurement from this center, from here to your desired measurement, as in the head circumference you're going to make use of. So I'm going to make use of 10. So from this center, the center of the marker, here, this is the center. So I'm going to take a look at it. This is the center of the marker. So you're going to measure from here to here, to the back part of the Zara cap. So this is it. So I'm going to make use of 10. Since this, now take a look at the center of the marker. I've marked it. So I'm going to take my measurement from here I'm going to measure 10 for the hair circumference. So the total hair circumference I'm going to use is 20. So it depends on the hair circumference you want to use. You can use 20, 22. But this is a stretching fabric. I'm making use of 10. So I'm going to stitch from here up to this place, up to this part, and continue from then to this place. You can see. I'll come and show you after sewing it. But if you want to put an elastic, I'm making use of 10 inches because this fabric is stretching and I'm not adding an elastic. Now, I may later want to add an elastic, but if I desire to add an elastic, I will just cut a 3 inches elastic and add it on both sides, this side and this side of the marco, the left side of the marco and the right side of the marco. I'm going to sew it inside to make it stretching. In case I'm not using an elastic fabric, I will use elastic to support it. But now in this case, the fabric I'm using is stretching fabric. So I may use an elastic or may not use an elastic. It depends on me. I later added an elastic, as you can see, at the back. So here is the outcome after stitching it. Then I'm going to do a running stitches from here, like the one we do inside our turban. A running stitching from this point, not at the elastic point, from this point, as you can see, above the elastic here, up here and down to this place. I'm going to do a running stitches.